last night and we ended up in, I think it's called Musselburgh. Compared to the Highlands of Scotland where we have been, this is just a normal town. But it served us. We parked up in a little car park with a Tesco's across the way. That was open till 12. We'll go see what the charge is like in Tesco's, because I believe it's a pod point and we've got charge on the pod point.
Well, it's just easier than Charge Scotland because we've had nothing but trouble with Charge
Nothing
Scotland.
but
Yesterday.
trouble with Charge Scotland. And it's the infrastructure in the Highlands is fantastic. You'll not have any bother.
Up the East Coast.
Up the East Coast, not a problem. You'll not have no bother. Come down past Lowlands, the Glasgow way, nothing but problems.
We're very negative this morning, which isn't like us, but we didn't plan on being here and ending up here. Because of the charge situation in Lowlands, it was just impossible for us to stay. We had to get charged, and then by the time we found charge, we was like an hour outside of Lowlands, so there was no point of going back up again to come back down because you're just wasting a charge. As soon as you get to Lowlands or you get past Edinburgh, even Edinburgh itself is lovely, and that's proper Scotland to me.
But we've tried it. It is doable. You've just got to go a bit feral and enjoy it. So anyway, we're going out of Tesco's, charge the car, and we'll see what happens then. That's us, we're on our way back home. We've done our Scottish, all around Scotland, and we're going home.
We've dipped his toes, and I think that's all that counts.
Yeah.
We've had a go. It wasn't too bad. There were bits of it that I thought, God, what the hell am I doing? I've not enjoyed certain elements of showering, not showering.
Yeah, but that's your choice, wasn't it?
Yeah.
There was plenty of places to shower.
It's the stress of finding somewhere to sleep that I don't like as well. I really don't enjoy that.
I think that's the fun of it though.
The coming and going as you please element, I enjoy that, and not having to clock watch. I've not looked at a clock really to find out what the time is at all this week. We've just kind of gone with the flow of it, and I've enjoyed that, but not knowing where you're going to sleep and using the app. The app's really easy, and it's not the app's fault, it's just my anxiety, I think, that's made it a little less enjoyable than others may find it.
Enjoyed finding rocking up to a place and then using the app, finding a place, what others have used. Would you do it again?
I would, but I think there's certain things, there's definitely lessons that have been learned, but there's certain things that I would change. The whole packing situation we need to look at. It's great kind of having the boxes to kind of stabilise the bed, but moving those boxes and setting up the bed is not my idea of fun.
Harvester down there.
I know. The amount of farm equipment we've seen.
Exactly.
Wow.
We love farming.
Is that New Holland?
It's in New Holland, yeah.
It's very sad. I didn't say that out loud. EVie makes you look at places that you wouldn't normally stop. And while you're there, you'll have a look around and you'll have a look at what's near and you'll go on the apps and you'll see. And so that element I've enjoyed. I mean, that lovely cafe that we found on the way to Edinburgh from Bamburgh was beautiful. Really lovely place. But we would have never ever in a million years, if we had a petrol car, found that place. I've not had nearly as much mileage anxiety as I thought I would.
You had a little bit going through a lot lower, didn't you?
Yeah, because we were both kind of panicking. I'd had enough at that point. I'd had enough.
And you stressed me out.
And I stressed both of us out, and that's just that.
You were always
that's just how I am.
Stress.
But that's just how I am. You take that as me. But yes, this is where I say you have to work as a team. You have to really get on with the person that you are wild camping with. If you're doing it on your own, I wouldn't recommend it. It would be such a lonely place to be. Some of the spots that we've parked in as well, I wouldn't park in on my own. I wouldn't feel safe there. Do you agree?
Absolutely. We've done all right.
I think we've done okay. But yeah, I'd like to do, if we did it again, I'd like to do a little bit more research beforehand of where the rough plan is and the rough staying places of technology and smartphones. None of this would be possible without the use of a smartphone, mobile data, Wi-Fi whenever you've got it. None of it would be possible. So for certain elements, I mean, I hate technology, I really do. But for this, it would not have been possible without it. So to everybody that makes the apps and develops it and kind of does the betas and everything else, and all the work that goes behind, to people who have never wild camped before, being able to do this, thank you.
Yeah.
I have 87 miles left of range, which is 53% of battery.
And say 57 miles.
57 miles to go until we get home. So we're going to make it. I am driving very economically, for me.
Yes.
I have set the limiter. I'm not on cruise control. I've set the limiter to 65 mile an hour, which is plenty. People are overtaking me and going about their day, and I'm overtaking people when I need to. It's not an issue being at 65, which is not something I'd ever thought I'd say. But yeah, so I think we're going to make it, and it says we're going to get home for about 20 to 4. So by 4 o'clock, I'm hoping to be in the bath.
We shall see. Only time will tell.
We're very nearing 900 miles.
Very good, isn't it?
We've done 891 miles in the last 6 days, which for an EV in the Highlands of Scotland with very little infrastructure, and I'll make it really clear that the infrastructure is only going to get better.
I found that the infrastructure in the Highlands of Scotland is 100%.
Oh, yeah, I couldn't agree more.
Glasgow, however,
horrendous.
And Chad, Scotland, absolutely rubbish.
Charge Scotland really need to get their act together.
They do, yeah.
Everything else that we've used, so Pod Point have been taken, or Vauxhall have donated, or whatever, they're doing a collaboration between Pod Point and Vauxhall, working really well. BP Pulse works perfectly. Shell, perfect. We've not had any issue whatsoever until you come to a Charge Point Scotland. That's the issue.
Charge Scotland is rubbish.
You either need a card, you need a Shell card, which if you're not self-employed, or you don't work for a
All-Star.
All-Star, that's right,
yeah,
sorry.
Not a Shell.
Which is a prepayment card. It's a fuel card. Which if you're not self-employed or you don't have an employer card, there's no way you can get one. So they've made it completely impossible. They don't do contactless payments, which you are missing a massive trick there. Contactless payment on Charge is so easy and so convenient. We used one. The only successful one that we used was in Fort William, and that was contactless, and that was so easy. Now it reserves £40,
£40, yeah.
a time.
But you get it back.
And they only take what you've spent. The cheapest place that we charged at was Strumtian.
Yeah, it was very cheap, wasn't it?
Where it was 39 pence per kilowatt hour.
Yeah.
So for a full charge, and we needed a full charge, it was £8 something.
Yeah, absolutely.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Really, really good, and that was contactless payment. So, Charge Scotland, please pull your finger out. You will get so many more travellers and so many more electric users if you sort out your infrastructure.
Yeah.
Everywhere else has been completely spot on. Everywhere up the East Coast, perfect. We charged on the way up just outside of Newcastle, perfect, spot on. Instavolt, so easy. It's Charge Scotland that have given us the heartache, and it was hard yesterday. Completely, nearly ruined the whole trip for me because I was just so frustrated, and I did have a lot of mileage anxiety then. So yeah, that's the only issues we've really had.
So currently on the heading south.
I have just seen our first sign for Leeds as well.
Have you?
Yeah, the weather being Leeds, so far off
Getting
now.
there. So unless something major happens, we'll see you when we reach home.